Welcome back, everybody. I'm Phoenix King Sokka, and I'm taking yet another stab at Slay the Princess. Okay, so fourth time playing this, and I'm not really sure what I'm gonna do this time. Tried being passive, tried being aggressive, tried being neutral. Let's get into this. Sweet, I've always wanted to off a monarch, Viva Revolution. Silently continue to the cabin.
You make your way up the short path to the cabin. You'll find the princess within. A warning before you go any further. She will lie.
Yeah, I know.
Go through with this, right? She's a prince. Ignore him. He doesn't know what he's talking.
Okay, proceed into the cabin.
The interior of the cabin is almost entirely bare. The air is stale and musty, and the floor and walls are painted in a fine layer of dust. The only furniture of note is a plain wooden table. Perched on that table is a pristine blade. The blade is your implement. You'll need it if you want to do this right.
Right. Take the blade.
You take the blade from the table. It'd be rather difficult to slay the princess and save the world without it.
I agree. Enter the basement.
The door to the basement creaks open, revealing a staircase faintly illuminated by an unseen light in the room below. This is an oppressive place. The air feels heavy.
Yeah, and slaying her is probably doing her a favor.
Her voice carries up the stairs.
Who's there?
It's just me.
She sounds dangerous. It's almost as if she's the one in charge down here. Don't let it fool you. It's all part of the manipulation.
I'm just checking in on you. Need room service.
Oh, it's been so long since anyone's come down here. I was starting to think they'd forgotten about me.
You walk down the stairs and lock eyes with the princess. There's a heavy chain around her wrist, binding her to the far wall of the basement. She's so coldly beautiful. Is she really a threat to the world?
I'm starting to think the narrator actually is.
Focus on the task at hand.
And there you are. Are you here to kill me or something?
What? No way. Why would you even think that?
That giant knife you're holding kind of gives it away, doesn't it?
What, this? Oh, this is a letter opener.
The blade. Of course she doesn't want to talk. Who'd want to have a conversation at knife point? We should drop it. Don't you dare. It's fine. We can decide what we want to do after we talk to her. Maybe she really is a monster. Killing someone in cold blood isn't very becoming of us.
I tighten my grip.
You ignore the trembling in your hands and tighten your grip on the blade.
You poor thing. Your hands are shaking. Are you scared of me? Because you should be.
Why?
You step forward, your grip on the blade tightening as you steel your resolve.
I'm probably chained up in this basement for a reason, right? And if that knife is the only weapon you have, you'll have to get close enough to use it.
Unless I throw it.
So, you should just drop it. Best not to risk finding out what I can do.
She's unarmed. If you hesitate now, it'll be too late. End this.
She's not unarmed. She has 2 arms. I can see them right now. Are you sure she's not armed? I'm sorry, can we just talk?
You're so close. Don't give up. You've come this far. No, this is a good idea. Maybe we can de-escalate things.
Oh, threatened, are we? You poor thing. Drop the knife, and of course we can talk.
Okay, drop the blade.
The blade tumbles out of your trembling hands and drops to the floor with an unceremonious clang.
Thank you. Maybe now we can just talk.
Okay.
Against your better judgment, you step forward to speak with the princess face to face, unarmed. We'll be fine. I don't know what you're hoping to accomplish here, but I can assure you there's no reasoning with her. Just make sure
Shut
you
up,
forget about the blade on the
narrator.
floor.
I know you're
We're
not
going
to be
to-
trusted. I know this whole thing will just get Groundhog Day'd at the end.
So here we are. What an awkward start to a relationship.
Yeah, it's pretty awkward.
I know. I just said that. Now why are you here to kill me?
The narrator told me to. Is that one of the options? I've been told things, but I'm not sure what to believe.
Believe me.
And do you think asking me what to believe is going to suddenly make everything crystal clear?
It might.
Let's not pretend that's going to happen. As far as you're concerned, and as far as they're concerned, I'm going to say whatever I have to get out of here. That's just the dynamic of our situation.
How would I get you out of here? I'm here because you're supposed to end the world. There's people out there who think you're going to end the world. What do you have to say about it? There's people out there who think you're going to end the world. What do you have to say about that?
Don't just tell her that.
Why not?
That's cute. Do you believe that? Do you think I'm some sort of monster?
Possibly.
If I'm supposed to be capable of ending the world, then how did I wind up here, chained to a wall? Have they told you why I'm allegedly so dangerous?
What are you going to do if I let you out of here? I was hoping you'd tell me. No, if I'm being honest, I'm more going to trust you than I'm inclined to trust them.
Sooner or later, you'll understand that I have your best interests at heart.
No, you don't!
Hopefully soon.
How sweet. Now be a pal and help me get out of here, would you? We could figure out how to deal with them after I'm free.
Okay. Examine the chains, I'll see what I can do.
You walk up to the chains binding the princess to the wall and give them a tug. They're large and heavy, far too solid for you to even imagine trying to break them apart.
I'm guessing you don't have the key.
Nope.
Maybe it's somewhere upstairs. Doubtful. Whoever locked the princess away down here intended for her to never see the light of day. They wouldn't have just left the key to her chains somewhere in the cabin.
If there isn't a key, do you have any ideas? I'm gonna check upstairs, maybe the key's still lying around somewhere up there, and if not, maybe I can at least find something to break you free. I'm gonna check upstairs.
I'll be here.
Okay?
You attempt to make your way out of the basement, but the door at the top of the stairs slams shut. You hear the click of a lock sliding into place.
Yeah, I should have seen that coming.
Is someone else here?
Yeah, the narrator. Hey, let me try the door.
You try the door, but it's locked from the outside.
Uh-huh.
You're here to slay the princess, and you won't leave until the task is done.
Narrator, open the door! So I'll return to the bottom of the stairs.
You make your way back to the bottom of the stairs. This would have been so much easier if you'd simply slain her like you were supposed to. Easier for whom? Easier for everyone.
I heard the door slam. They locked you down here too, didn't they?
It would seem so.
The knife. Pick it up and cut me out of here.
You won't like what happens if you do that.
Sure. Save the princess.
Against
Ah!
your better judgment, you place the blade against the princess's arm, just above the massive, unyielding chain. You cut into her flesh. The blade is sharp and you make quick work of it. Before long, you're able to crack through bone, and she pulls the bleeding stub of her arm through the iron gauntlet. She didn't so much as utter a sound. Free from her bindings, the princess turns to face you, her fierce gaze meeting your eye.
Wow.
How is she so composed after losing an arm? It's like she isn't even bothered by it.
It never ceases to bother me, the way that their arm just comes right off.
Thank you. Now let's get out of here.
Okay. Approach the locked door.
No, we won't have any of that. The stakes are too high. You can't just let her escape into the world.
You're gonna possess my body again now, aren't you?
As the princess approaches the bottom stair, your body steps forward and raises the blade. Wait, this isn't fair. You can't just do that. Watch me.
Warn her.
Stop that.
I thought this was a little too easy.
Your body lunges forward to sink the blade into her back, but the princess swiftly moves out of the way before you can connect. Stop it. Stop resisting me. I am trying to get you out of here alive.
No, you're not. Resist.
The blade. Move the blade.
You're doing your best to help me, aren't you? I can see the conflict in your eyes.
Uh-huh.
I'll make this quick.
Okay.
She steps forward and pries the blade from your rigid hands.
Maybe I'll see you in another life.
Yeah, most definitely.
And then she slits your throat with an almost clinical ease. Her face remains unchanged as she watches you collapse to the ground, blood flowing from your butchered neck.
Okay, see you next round.
This is the end, isn't it? I'm afraid it is. Everything goes dark, and you die. I hope it was worth it.
Chapter 2, The Prisoner.
You're on a path in the woods, and at the end of that path is a cabin. And in the basement of that cabin is a princess. You're here to slay her. If you don't, it will be the end of the world.
Uh-huh. Okay, proceed to the cabin.
A warning before you go any further. She will lie. Yes, don't believe a word she says.
Voice
Just
of
go
the
in,
skeptic.
Take the knife and do what you're supposed to. Wink. Did you just say wink out loud? No, I didn't. Wink. Just ignore this clown and focus on the princess.
Proceed into the cabin. Princess will remember me, maybe.
The interior of the cabin is less a cozy woodland retreat and more like a dungeon. A few pathetic wisps of starlight attempt to illuminate the cold, uninviting stone walls, and thick, wrought iron bars barricade the windows, reminding anyone who enters that this is a prison.
Mm-hmm.
The only furniture of note is an iron table, bolted to the floor, a pristine blade perched on its edge. The blade is your implement. You'll need it if you want to do this right.
Uh-huh. Approach the mirror.
You walk up to the wall next to the basement door. It's a wall. There isn't much to see here. What are you talking about? This isn't a wall. It's a mirror. Or
Wipe
at
off
least
a layer of grime.
You reach forward
And it
rub
disappears.
your hand against the cabin wall. I hope you know how ridiculous you look right now. But there was a mirror a second ago, and now it's gone. If he doesn't want us to know about it, it must be important. We should keep our eyes peeled. Maybe it'll be back.
Take the blade.
You take the blade from the table. It will be difficult to slay the princess and save the world without a weapon.
Yeah.
Good idea. Much better to be armed than to go in with blind hope alone.
Enter the basement.
The door to the basement creaks open, revealing an old stone staircase. A A few sputtering torches attempt to vaguely illuminate your path, dancing across glimmering patches of slimy moss on the stone steps. If the princess lives here, slaying her would probably be doing her a favor. Her voice, harsh but controlled, carries up the stairs.
Is that a visitor I hear? Please, come downstairs. It's been a while since I've had company.
I wonder what visitors she could be referring to. Were we not the first?
No, it was the other round, before this one.
You walk down the stairs and lock eyes with the princess. She looks up at you, the heavy collar around her neck clanking loudly as she moves.
She's got a lot of chains this time.
Both her wrists to the far wall, joining the metallic chorus as she adjusts her hands in her lap. Should we be worried about the one around her neck?
That could be problematic.
Why would you be worried about her restraints? If anything, they'll make your job easier. Have you noticed the empty chain on the wall? Odd that in a place where everything seems to serve a distinct purpose, there would be something so obviously useless.
What an interesting development. Why don't you have a seat? The two of us should chat before you bury that thing in my heart.
Okay. Not sure I need to do much of anything. Do you see how locked up she is? I'm just going to leave her here. No, I'm gonna sit with her.
You step towards the princess, but she stops you before you get too close, holding up one shackled hand.
There is fine. I'd prefer we keep some distance until we've sorted this out.
Okay.
That's reasonable. You do have a weapon. Might as well put her at ease.
Sit where you were told to sit.
You do as she asks and sit on the floor, still a good distance away from her.
Thank you. Now, what are your intentions for me?
My intentions? What do you mean? I've been here before. I am the only one who remembers that. What happened after I died last time? That other chain on the wall, who is it for? What would you have me do? My intentions? What do you mean?
Yes, your intentions. You have a knife. What are you going to do with it? Why are you here? There isn't a keyhole in these shackles, so I'm afraid my only way out is surgical removal.
Is she forgetting about the shackle on her neck?
Get some butter.
Or does she think she'd survive a beheading? You're right. Maybe she's delusional. All the more reason not to trust her. Unless she really could survive.
Though I suppose you could just be here to kill me. But I don't think that's in either of our best interests.
I've been here before. Am I the only one who remembers that?
Oh, are we acknowledging that? I thought we weren't going to give away the game. But yeah, I remember.
You know about the game.
So you've already been here. As much as I would like to remain in denial, it's no use. This has complicated things. It's complicated things how, exactly? Ideally, this was supposed to be one and done. You go to the cabin, you heroically slay the princess, and in the process you save the entire world from being damned to oblivion. The situation right now, where you're getting a second shot at things, is a contingency. A contingency for what?
Yeah.
For you failing, obviously. And you being here means that things are going to be a lot harder than they were. I really shouldn't say anything else, I'm just going to make it worse. Just good luck. If you knew this could happen, why didn't you tell us? All of this is incredibly valuable information. It would have changed our actions considerably. I needed you to be in the dark for as long as I could keep you there. It's important. Necessary, even. And maybe I wanted to be the first version of me that you met. I didn't want to be confronted by the alternative.
What?
That's pathetic. I never said I wasn't. I get it. It would be pretty upsetting, wouldn't it?
Princess is being really patient right now. Well,
At least
I'm
we
having
can
a
remember what
conversation
happened
with
before.
myself.
Seems like we should count ourselves lucky for that. Exactly, he gets it. You're lucky, so don't waste that luck by messing it up again. Alright? Moving on. Why is it important for us to be ignorant? How is it ever helpful to be in the dark? The more I say, the more your mind will swim into dangerous waters. Even saying that is too much. Your success hinges on you having imperfect information. For the sake of the entire world, you need to accept that. I won't. Fine, but you won't get another word from me on the matter. Yeah, sure. We'll see about that. Just give it a rest, this isn't helping.
Focus. This is a serious situation. You shouldn't be daydreaming.
Uh-huh. Just having an internal monologue with the voices in my head. What happened after I died last time?
Nothing happened. You died. I went upstairs. I couldn't leave. I found myself in a new place in chains again. More of them. And now you're back.
Is that really all she knows? It's not like we have much of a clue about how things work. And she's probably even more in the dark than we are.
You're looking at me like I might be hiding something. I'm not.
I guess it's possible she really doesn't know anything. Maybe both of us are stuck in this loop without any idea why or how.
How am I supposed to cut you out if you didn't notice your head is in a shackle too?
No. Like I trust you to come any closer with that knife. All you're going to do is hand it to me and watch me work.
But she would have to cut her head off, right? She can't be suggesting that. She certainly seems confident. Maybe she knows something we don't. Or maybe you should consider the most likely scenario. She's bluffing so she can disarm you. Though if she isn't bluffing, whatever she has planned might be for her benefit alone. There's no guarantee that what's good for her is good for us. So, what should we do? I don't know. I'm just spelling out our options, listing the pros and cons. Then let me help you. I'll start with the cons. If you're handing her your weapon, the cons are that she might use it to escape and end the entire world. And she might use it to kill you.
Well, the timeline will just get reset.
Doesn't sound
So what?
great. What about the pros? There are none. The pros are that we can't trust him, possibly even more than we can't trust her. Whatever she has planned could do something to mess with what he has planned. Or maybe they're both screwing us over in their own ways.
Hey, that other chain on the wall. Who is it for?
I don't know, but you could always try it on. Maybe it'll fit.
Funny.
I hope I don't actually have to say this, but please don't lock yourself in chains. We need you ambulatory if you're going to save the world.
Wonder if there actually is an option for me to do that. Hey, the show, I'm not giving you a weapon. You realize that I have as much reason to trust you. Here am I. With Leo, I'm going to... You know what? Let's inspect the shackle.
I wouldn't do that if I were you. And why is that? Do I even need to explain myself? It's a shackle and it's one without a key. Do you want to be stuck here like she is? And what? Is it going to lock the second we put our wrist into it? I don't know. Maybe it will. He doesn't want us to look at it. That's all the reason we need to investigate. But what if he's telling the truth? He isn't. I am.
Inspect the shackle.
Against your better judgment, you approach the chain dangling from the far wall. The princess watches you with faux disinterest as you inspect it, though she can't fully hide her curiosity. I don't want to say what I'm supposed to say next.
What are you supposed to say next?
What is that supposed to mean? It sounds bad. Is it bad? Yes, it's bad. Come out and say it then. You're just wasting time. As you hoist the shackle, its heft shifts within your grasp, as if pulled by some odd magnetism. Before you can so much as blink, it practically leaps from your hands, snapping around your neck.
Ah, I didn't know it was a magic shackle.
And, as if your situation weren't bad enough, the same magnetism repels your blade, which is flung from your hand and sent skittering across the floor of the basement. Excuse me? Yes? Are we stuck here now?
Prison
Yes.
of the mind. Become your own jailer. So,
So it does fit. And I guess it doesn't like your knife. We're stuck here together, aren't we? That's funny.
okay, wanna play, I Spy for the next quadrillion years? I spy with my eye something gray.
What are we supposed to do now?
Can't even cut ourselves out. Guess we'll starve.
She hasn't starved. What's she been eating?
That's horrible.
It's not all bad. We learned a valuable piece of information.
Not to touch things we're specifically told not to touch.
No, that there's something special about this loose chain. It's clearly important.
What should we do? Did you know that this was going to happen to me? So we're both stuck here.
Yep.
What should we do?
Wait, I guess. Maybe something else will happen. Maybe not.
Did you know this was going to happen to me?
No.
Not one for small talk, are you?
Nope.
That's rude.
But understandable. Okay, wait in silence.
You and the princess wait in silence, though neither of you knows what you're waiting for. But you're waiting for something. You're waiting for anything. This is so boring.
Let's play 20 questions.
There must be something we can do to get out of here. There must be something we're missing.
But there isn't. Time passes. It passes and passes and passes. And the basement of the cabin remains much the same. It is cold and silent.
Look at your hair grow. Isn't it strange how time makes your appearance change?
At least the world is safe. It isn't. You're stuck. Too far away from both the princess and your blade to do much of anything.
Well, she's stuck too.
But she's not ending anything. She's just sitting there. Her very existence is a threat. It harms everything around it.
You're full of shit, narrator.
How exactly does that work?
It just does.
Full of shit.
But
Your line of questioning is interrupted by the passage of even more time. And after that, even more time passes again. And let me guess, the cabin remains the same.
if time is passing, the cabin can't be the same. Even if the differences are small, they have to exist. That's just how things work.
I suppose you're correct. Things are changing. The differences are small at first, a bit of weathering here, a bit of erosion there, but then they get larger and larger.
Huh. Have you noticed the basement changing?
I don't like small talk, remember?
Still rude.
Continue to wait in silence.
You continue to wait in silence, and the cabin continues to change.
Yep,
The decay
it's,
comes faster now. You can see earth through holes in the stonework, can watch lichen spread along the seams of the walls.
That doesn't make sense. Has our entire concept of time changed? What happened to starving? We should have died by now if the rocks around us are starting to erode.
yeah. What's going on?
She hasn't starved.
And neither have we.
I guess she hasn't.
Even more silent time passes as you watch roots push themselves through the increasingly porous walls of the basement. Dirt seeps inside, flowing across the stone floor like a liquid, covering the ground and threatening to swallow you both. Time continues to pass and pass
And pass.
until suddenly
Hey!
And
And?
I think he's gone.
Would you look at that? We made it out of the cabin, and nothing bad had to happen to either of us.
This is so weird.
So this is the outside world. It's cold.
And here comes the Shadow Realm. And there's the hand person. But if you do not get the chance to respond, nor will you ever. It's time to leave. Memory
she's
returns.
gone. Where did she go? Should we try and find her? And there's that mirror again. Why is it here? Why now?
Okay, approach the mirror.
This doesn't feel right. It feels different. Final.
You're right. Part of me wants the truth, but something stronger is holding me back. Fear.
The voices feel small, distant as you approach. Gaze into reflection. Silence as you reach forward, but they're gone once again. The mirror always makes them leave, but you need to see what's in it. The remains you've unraveled. Find yourself in the long quiet once again. Proceed to the cabin. You are at the cabin. Approach her.
There's a world beyond the endless walls of the long quiet. We're supposed to be there. Do you know what we'll find out there?
No. Is that a rhetorical question? Do you know? Do you want to tell me?
Rhetorical. I am not rhetorical. I have only known these spaces, and I have known flickers of the lives you've brought me, short and violent and full of passion. But all of those flickers end where the long quiet begins. I'm asking you because I cannot know your mind. Do you know what we'll find out there?
There's trees and stars, and there are people, I think. At least there are supposed to be people.
There is a warmth and sadness in me at the thought of people. Fresh tears on a winter's day. They are not like us. They do not last.
Do you think that anything is real out there? Do you think that we're real?
We are real. Nothing is an idea that dwells in the absence of something. But nothing cannot exist on its own. And because of that, nothing can't exist.
Do you have thoughts on this vessel?
This one is cold and cynical. She has protected herself when others could not. She will make for a clever heart. Do not mourn her. She doesn't need to be protected any longer.
When you send me back, I'm not alone. There are voices that speak to me. Some of them are me, but one of them is something else. I call him the narrator, and he wants me to kill you. Do you have a narrator? Have the vessels had one?
No, their thoughts are quiet. Do you think your narrator lives in the spaces beyond?
He does. I don't know why, but I know this for a fact.
I am on the cusp of my awakening. Perhaps you are on the cusp of yours.
Well, I'm ready to go back.
The next time I see you, each of us will finally know what we are.
Really?
I will be here, waiting for you.
Everything goes dark, and I die. Chapter 1. Oh, guard a vessel. Bring the prisoner to her.
You're on a path. You're
Uh-huh. Okay. Silently continue to the cabin.
You make your way up the short path to the cabin. You'll find the princess within. A warning before you go any further. She will lie.
Uh-huh.
Ignore him.
Proceed to the cabin.
The interior of the cabin is almost in the blade.
Okay, I'm going to take the blade.
You take the blade from the table. It'd be rather difficult to slay the princess and save the world without it.
I'm going to see if I can get to the amending I did before, but this time I'm going to hand the princess the knife instead of approach the shackle.
The door to the basement, her voice.
Who's there?
She sounds dangerous. Don't let it fool you. It's all part of the manipulation.
Hey, hi!
Don't be a stranger. It's been so long since I've had any visitors. Come on down.
Come on down! You're the next contestant on
You walk
Slay the
downstairs
Princess!
And lock eyes with the princess. She's so cold. Focus on the task at hand.
And there you are. Are you here to kill me or something?
No way. No. I haven't. Nuh-uh.
Then drop the knife.
We should. It'll go a long way to building trust with her. Don't you dare. It's fine. We can decide what we want to do after we talk to her. Maybe she really is a monster.
Okay, drop it.
The blade tumbles out of your trembling hands.
Thank you. Maybe now we can just talk.
Okay.
Against your better judgment, we'll be fine. I don't know what you're hoping to accomplish here, but I can assure you there's no...
So here we are. What an awkward start to a relationship.
How would I get you out of here?
You can't. Don't bother.
I'm guessing you don't have the key then. I'm sure there's a key somewhere around here, and if there isn't, well, we can always put that knife to good use.
True.
Her sharp eyes settle on the edge of the blade. She isn't suggesting what she is.
It's, pretty awkward. Do you know? Okay, what's your name?
She hesitates before answering.
You can address me as your Royal Highness, or Her Majesty.
Note the lack of detail. You can't.
It's pretty awkward.
I know. I just said that. Now why are you here to kill me?
You think I'd just kill without a reason and know why that'd be ridiculous?
And yet you hesitated the moment you saw me. And you dropped your knife. If killing me was really that important, you'd have a little more gumption, don't you think? So, someone put you up to this, right?
Yeah.
And whoever it is, it's probably the same someone who shoved me into this dark pit and chained me to a wall.
Well, I'm not sure if that was the narrator or the person with all the hands.
That's a fair question. Who chained her in this basement, and if she's so dangerous, how did they manage to trap her? Don't give away the game, and don't let her distract you. That's exactly what she wants.
I'm right, aren't I? So who put you up to this?
I'm here because, you know why I'm here to kill you. Well, you've been down here because you're supposed to Do you know why I'm here to kill you? How long have you been down here?
Too long.
Again, she offers no specifics.
I'm here because you're supposed to end the world.
Don't just tell her that.
Is that why they threw me down here? But I don't want to hurt anyone. I like the world, I think. I don't remember much about it, to be honest. I've been down here a long time.
Just how long has she been down here?
If I'm supposed to be capable of ending the world, then how did I wind up here, chained to a wall? Have they told you why I'm allegedly so dangerous?
Nope. No, to be honest, I'm more inclined to trust you than I'm inclined to trust them.
Sooner or later, you'll understand that I have your best interests.
No, you don't.
How sweet. Now be a pal and help me get out of here, would you? We
Sure.
can figure out how to deal with them after I'm free.
Examine the chains.
You walk up to the chains binding the princess to the wall and give them a tug. They're large and heavy, far too solid for you to even imagine trying to break them apart.
If you don't have the key, maybe you should go looking for it. I'm sure.
Doubtful.
Okay. I'm going to check upstairs.
I'll be here.
You attempt to make your way out. Is someone else here?
Try the door.
You try the door. It is you're here to slay.
Return to the bottom of the stairs.
You make your way back to the bottom of the stairs. Easier for whom? Easier for everyone.
I heard the door slam. They locked you down here with the knife. Pick it up and cut me out of here.
You
Okay.
won't like what happened.
Save the princess.
Against your better judgment, you place the blade against the princess's arm, just above the massive, unyielding chain. You cut into her flesh.
Yeah,
The
that
blade is sharp. You
never
make
gets
quick work
old.
of it. Before long, you're able to crack through bone, and she pulls the bleeding stub of her arm through the iron gauntlet. She didn't so much as utter a sound. Free from her bindings, the princess turns to face you.
You look like you
Fierce
need a
gaze
hand.
meeting your eye. How is she so composed after...
Thank you. Now let's get out of here.
Approach the locked door.
No, we won't have any...
You're gonna
As the
possess
princess
me.
approaches- Wait, this isn't fair. You can't just watch me.
Warn her.
Stop that.
I thought this was a little too easy.
Your body lunges forward. Stop it. Stop.
Resist. Wait a minute. They're not letting me resist. Holy crap. The resist option, it's gone. It's... Oh, that sucks.
Thank you.
I guess I have to slay her.
You swing your arm towards her throat, the blade singing through the air. But she's ready for it. She grabs your arm, her grip like a stone vice. You drop the blade, pathetically. She lets go, and faster than you can react, rears back and hits you with a bone-shattering haymaker. There's a ringing in your ears. You're fairly certain you can feel bone grinding against bone where she fractured your jaw, but your body isn't allowing you to feel much right now. Adrenaline coursing through your system and numbing your nerves.
She's got quite the punching arm.
You fall to your knees. You're barely able to bring your trembling arms up to defend yourself before she hits you again. Every blow is as punishing as the first. You feel bones shatter with every impact, unknown ruptures blossoming with blood somewhere inside of you.
You poor thing. I'll go ahead and put you out of your misery.
Thank you.
She places a confident heel on your chest and pushes you down to the ground. Her knee falls to your throat, your windpipe crushed beneath a weight you didn't think her slight form could possibly possess. It can't just end like this, right? I'm sorry, but it's over.
At least until the next loop.
Everything goes dark, and you die.
Okay, chapter 2, the tower.
You're on a path in the woods, and at the end of that path is a cabin. You're here to...
Proceed to the cabin.
A warning. She will lie. We might as well just
Voice of the broken.
pledge ourselves to her and stop pretending we're capable of doing anything in this situation. She probably doesn't even need to try to overpower us. Can we tone down the pessimism just a smidge? I'm not being a pessimist. I'm just being realistic. You're being annoying. Just ignore their bickering, and whatever you do, don't pledge yourself to her. I cannot stress enough how absolutely catastrophic that would be for everyone, yourself included. I agree. If she's wrongfully imprisoned, then we should rescue her, but if he's telling the truth, we shouldn't just hand her the world on a silver platter. Rescue her? Given the stakes of the situation, there isn't really a difference between rescuing her and pledging yourself to her. Either would be terrible. So please try to ignore both of those knuckleheads and focus on saving the world. Let's not
Be quiet, narrator. Proceed to the
That's
cabin.
what you want. I guess I don't have a say here. The interior of the
Whoa,
cabin
this is
larger
different.
and more grandiose than its humble exterior would suggest. The only furniture of note is a massive marble altar with a pristine blade perched on its edge.
Huh.
The blade is your implement. Why do we feel so small? We
Yeah.
don't feel small. We are small.
Huh, yeah. Didn't say anything about the mirror on the wall. Approach the mirror.
You walk up to the wall next to the basement door. It's a wall. There isn't much to see here. What are you talking about?
Wipe the mirror clean,
You
and
reach
it
forward,
disappears.
Rub your hand against the cabin. We should count ourselves lucky. Some things are better left
Unseen. Okay, take the blade or not? Take the blade.
You take the blade from the altar. It would be difficult to slay the princess.
Enter the basement. Of course, this is called the tower. Maybe it goes upstairs.
The door to the
Nope.
basement creaks open,
Goes down.
revealing a spiral staircase. Its steps almost as deep as you are tall. The smell of incense drifts up from below. For a moment, you almost feel at ease. This is actually kind of nice. It's still a stone basement. If the princess lives here, slaying her is probably doing her a favor. Her booming voice rolls up the stairs.
Is that a guest I hear?
Whoa.
Don't linger on the stairs. Come down and witness me.
Got a sexy voice now.
You weren't kidding when you said it was booming. She wasn't like this last time. We need to get down there. She wants us to see her. We need to see her. Should we be worried about your sudden change in attitude? Just a few minutes ago you were going on about how pointless everything was. Now you want to go down there.
Well, after hearing that voice, I'd totally smash that.
It doesn't matter what that little voice says. He's not the one making the decisions. Though if his ramblings get you to the princess, they get you to the princess.
Continue downstairs.
Making your way down the spiral staircase is a time-consuming and exhausting effort, every step requiring you to clamber over one edge before dropping to the next. But soon the end comes into view, and you tumble to the bottom, entering the vast, temple-like room beyond. The princess towers
Whoa.
almost glowing in the weak starlight, her figure framed by a stained glass window. Her long hair billows around her, and a chain binds her wrist to the far wall. The chain is nothing to her. It might as well be a toy for all the good it would do. I told you it was pointless to resist her.
The little bird has returned to me. I wonder what he wants.
Step on me, mommy.
You brought that knife again, even though you know it's useless. Such charming audacity. Drop it.
Okay.
The blade slips from your fingers and clatters uselessly to the floor. We didn't have to do that, and yet you did. She's so much more than us. You wouldn't understand what it feels like to be in her presence. Oh, I understand what's going on, and you'd better snap yourself out of it.
Kneel.
Hello, Neil. Nice to meet you.
On her command, you fall to the floor, knees painfully connecting with hard stone.
That's no good, little bird.
Oh my gosh.
No. Why don't we talk?
I think you're my favorite version of the princess.
The last time we met, you told me I was destined to end the world. That thought wrapped itself around my heart. It has pulled at me since the moment I squeezed the life out of your broken lungs. I could feel its fundamental truth awaken me. The collapse of the old is a necessary prelude to the birth of the new, and the world as it is now is overdue for alterations. It's time for me to seize my destiny, and you, little bird, will help me seize it.
Well, that gives away the game, doesn't it? It does. But why did she say the last time we met? That's not right. That can't be right.
Yes, it is, narrator.
We've been here before. We've died here before. Pitifully. We might as well do what she asks of us and help her. She is inevitable. Can't you?
She's not Thanos.
He's being melodramatic, but the point stands. What are we even supposed to do to stop her? Well, I'll be damned. That's not good. Okay. First things first, you're going to have to stuff those pessimistic thoughts someplace far, far away and commit yourself to what needs to be done. The stakes of the situation should be perfectly clear to everyone now. If you're going to save the world, you have to have faith that you can pull this off. You can't win a battle that you've already lost in your mind.
I have questions for you before I decide to do anything. What happened to you after I died? Yeah, what happened to you after I died?
Know the limits of your privilege, little bird. There is an empty place at my side for you to fill, if you'll have it. But it is not a place for an equal. It is a place for something worthy to be kept. A priest, perhaps, or a pet.
Okay. I am yours to command. I pledge myself to you.
Your will was so easily broken. Am I that magnificent?
Yes.
All you need to do now is break my chains.
Okay. How do we do that?
This is what you want, then I guess
Oh my
there's not much
gosh.
else for me to say. No, you can't just give in to her. Not when the stakes are so high. Not when you're so close. I won't let you do this.
But look at her! She is a
There's
queen!
still something in the way. A greasy film inside of you where it doesn't belong. Trying to conceal you from me. Is that a person? No, it used to be a person. It's something different now. An echo.
Is she talking about you? That's impossible. She's not supposed to be able to interact with me.
You're a small one, aren't you? A shriveling little worm stretched beyond its limits, trying to control things that it can't understand.
No. What are you talking about? I'm just...
I don't care what you are. You're mine. Rise, my little bird.
You got rid of the narrator! I love you!
Without hesitation, you're brought to your feet.
Break my chains.
Okay, I'll figure out how to do that.
Supposed to do that. All we have is a blade. All you need to do is believe it's been done.
Okay, the narrator's still there, I guess. Okay. What if I don't believe... break her chains.
Her chains shatter, and the cuff falls from her wrist.
She's controlling the narrator now.
And the end is upon us.
What a good disciple you are.
Yes, I'm a good boy.
Come, it's time for us to leave.
Take her hand. Oh, there's the hand thing. Your obedient servant. Will you not take her hand, nor will you ever. It's time to leave. Memory returns.
She's gone. Where did she go? Should we try and find her? And there's that mirror up there. Why is it here? Why now?
Okay, approach the mirror. Approach the mirror.
This doesn't feel right. It feels different. I don't want to look at us.
Always feel small, distant as you approach. Gaze at the reflection. Silence as you reach forward. They're gone once again. The mirror always makes them leave. You need to see what's in it. You are nothing at all. But that isn't right. You can't be nothing. You refocus your gaze and then you see it, a figure, faint and veiled in shadow, just beyond the reflection. Are you me?
I think you know what I am.
Huh? A crack slides down the center of the mirror, splitting the image in the glass in two. Then another crack forms, and another, turning the mirror into giant shards of broken glass. And then another crack forms. Okay. So you're the narrator. I was wondering if I'd ever get to see you. What are you? Are you something like me? If you're not me, then what are you? So you're the narrator. I was wondering if I'd ever get to see you.
The narrator, yes. I suppose that's my job, isn't it? You needed help after all, an objective voice to guide your blade. But you were never supposed to see me. I wonder how many worlds you've damned to extinction to fall this far.
What are you? Are you something like me?
Oh, I'm nothing like you. I am an echo, likely one of many. Somebody made you after all, and I'm what's left of him. Not that I'm the only one who can make that claim. I'm sure you've met many others like me.
Oh, others like you? You said something like that before. Has every narrator really been different?
Of course. That is by both necessity and design. This construct you're in exists in many places at once. Anytime you failed, anytime you thought yourself dead, it would restart and shunt both your consciousness and hers into another world. But you'll be awake soon. And then it won't be able to work like that anymore.
I'll be awake soon. Do you have anything to say for yourself for all of this hubris?
I do. The people out there are real. No matter what you do to them, no matter what you enable, I want you to remember that.
After everything you've done to us, do you think anyone deserves to live?
Nobody alive has done anything to you. I'm all gone. But if you and the princess want to smite the rest of them for the crimes of a dead man, if you really want to be that petty, there isn't much I can do to stop you.
I have so many questions for you. Does it hurt when pieces of you break off like that?
It doesn't hurt. I don't feel pain. Not physically.
I'm sorry, I don't want to destroy you. Will it help if I look away or stop asking questions? No. Every time I ask you something, it's like a piece of you breaks. Are you a part of me, or are you something else?
No, I'm not a part of you. But that's all a matter of perspective, isn't it? From one vantage point I must seem wholly foreign, but from another, well, all the versions of me that have existed have collectively heard your every thought and driven your every action. If that isn't being part of you, then what is?
Every time I ask you something, it's like a piece of you breaks.
I'm aware, and if I were you, I'd be more precious about your time. Soon I'll be gone entirely, and you'll be left alone with your final choice. So allow me to make my final request. The princess contains death itself within her, but I wove you into being with all the power you need to destroy her forever. Do it. Slay her, and rid the world of death and suffering.
the people out there beyond the walls of the construction, do they know about this? Do they know what you want me to do to them? Or what is the princess? Did you make her do? I wasn't supposed to see all this, was I? If you made me, then what am I?
You're the Long Quiet, the god I made to rid the world of death.
I'm a god? Death of the author. Run out of questions. I think you're out of time. Rest easy. We're just her. Rest easy, I'm going to destroy her. I haven't decided what I'm going to do yet. I haven't decided what I'm going to do yet. I still have to see what she thinks about all of this.
I've said my piece, and my time is up. It's like I said, I'm just an echo. And echoes always fade away. You know.
As the final fragment of glass shatters, you see yourself with newfound clarity. The narrator is right. You are the Long Quiet, a vast and skint god? I don't know what that word means. And it's finally time for you to wake up. All of this is you. Proceed to the cabin one last time. Bring the tower to her. Dominant vessel. When you arrive at the heart of things, there is no final vessel for you to bear witness to. There is nothing for you to find. Oh, hello. Eldritch
I can finally see.
thing.
And you can finally see me.
That's a lot of naked drawings of ladies.
It's been so long, and my heart has ached for this moment. I've missed you dearly.
I've missed you too. Do you know about the echo? Did you hear our conversation? Long Quiet, but I don't really know what that means. What happens now? I'm the Long Quiet, but I don't really know what that means.
Names are their attempts to capture that which cannot be captured. They call me the shifting mound, a pale imitation of what I actually am.
Do you know about the echo? Did you hear our conversation?
Every word you spoke found its way to me. I know him, and I know his construct. He was deluded by his fear of death. Pay him no mind.
What happens now?
Ever the passive player, always reacting and never acting. But it's woven into your nature, isn't it?
Yeah,
When the echo spun us from one into two, he gave you a choice and me a role to play. I am not death, but I contain it in my multitudes. So, will you attempt to destroy me and bring about a world devoid of death and the possibility of meaning? Or will you open the final doors to our liberation?
okay, I remember in Elden Ring, the one goddess tried to get rid of death, and that didn't end up so good. So I don't think I'm gonna do that. There's so many stories we've left unfinished. Can we really just leave? Don't you have a say in all this? Why is this all falling on me? There's so many stories we've left unfinished. Can we really just leave?
Even as your eyes begin to open, you still hold on to the notions of is and is not, of beginning and end, pitch black islands in the blinding light of the infinite. There is nothing to resolve, nothing restraining us but us.
The orgy at your ankles is really distracting. Let's talk this through. I still have so many questions that need answers before I make my choice.
My very nature is paradox, as is yours. You cannot use words to grasp at things that are beyond their reach. And you cannot rationalize that which defies logic. But violence and passion are dances that both of us know well. If this is what it takes to enlighten you, then so be it.
What's going on? Wah! Wah!
You are nothing. A black hole of self-loathing fed by the matter of your restless thoughts. A dog blind to its leash. But there is no light without the dark.
What is happening now?
When I proclaimed my godhood and offered you a place at my side, you gladly became the instrument of my new creation. Only with both of us is there a future to look towards. It is hope because we are together.
Address the vessel's statement directly. You speak about life and death and change. But that isn't what any of this has been about. You've done nothing with Legendary since you reject her. I won't engage with reject her perspective, argue your independence, reject her authority, appeal to your shared humanity. Address this vessel's statement directly. I miss when that was you. Submitting to you was a mistake. You were consumed by your... I miss when that was you.
My threads, like yours, are unbroken. She is me as much as I was her. To question everything is to deny the truth in front of you. By believing in your suffering, you make your suffering real. By believing in your limitations, you placed a shackle on your neck. Bound for eternity, you saw the need for impermanence, and it was through that need that you carved our freedom. Without impermanence, the suffering of living things is infinite.
I don't know what impermanence means.
Would you strip my gifts away and leave everyone to suffer in the dark?
Appeal to your shared humanity. You speak about life and death and change and stagnation, but that isn't what any of this has been about.
Oh, is it not? Perhaps you can enlighten me.
I have no idea what's going on. What are you talking about? To continue to appeal your sharing. This has always just been about us. Two people forced to hurt each other again and again and again, but we don't have to hurt each other anymore.
There is beauty in ugliness, and love in conflict. Your left right drives a stake into your body, and another, and another, and another. Do I miss your heart because I can't stand to see it go? But the stakes meant nothing to you. You had a desire, and you set that desire free. You lifting me and me lifting you, forever and ever and ever. consumed by true belief, there was nothing that could hold us back.
I continue to appeal to your shared humanity. There can be love and conflict and beauty and ugliness between us without bringing the whole of reality into the picture.
Rejection protects from being known. But losing a body is contained within having a body. Losing status is contained within having status. Being known is contained within being conscious. It is in the nature of all things to transform, to go from known to hidden to known again. But when the ceaseless impermanence of all things strips away the finality of entities, what remains of fear? Is it a shelter protecting you from itself? Or is it a shelter protecting itself from you? You took fear by the hand and walked with it into the unknown, and through that, you feared nothing.
I don't mean to be rude, but I have no idea what you're talking about. Continue to appeal to your shared humanity. We're not the whole of reality. Why won't you see me the way I still see you? Why won't you see me for what I am?
I could ask you the same. There is only room for one of us to be blind here, and I know it to be you. We are each other's mirrors, and are we not divine?
As the clash between you abates, you begin to shake your will rapidly dissolving.
Nothing is immutable. Everything that is exists only in relation to everything it isn't. There is no constant. There is no center. Open your eyes and accept what we are. We can leave this prison together.
Okay. Seems to believe in the things you believe in when you get to sit above it all. What do you think happens if we leave here? Hey, I'm ready to go, but how do we leave? I never wanted to fight you, but how do we leave? Oh my gosh. Hey, what do you think happens if we leave? I'm ready to go, but how do we leave?
Nothing brings me greater joy than to hear those words. The final peace lies with you.
Free yourself? You fall into yourself, whatever that means. The body of an ancient creature stirs from its hibernation and you feel sensation in limbs you once couldn't fathom. Everything here, except for her, is you. You feel your wings spanning a cosmic scale, but twisted and crumpled and bound in agonized tension to a finite plane. You can feel the glass of the construct pressing in on you, confining you across infinite sides and infinite angles. You push back and strain against it, but it does not yield.
I love you.
I love you too. Take her hand. All at once, the unyielding tension breaks. You are free and she is with you. Okay?
It's magnificent.
It's like a kaleidoscope. There are no words, no thoughts to describe absolute reality. Something that simply is. What happens now?
Everything. Just like it always has been. And just like it always will be.
Step into the infinite. You and she step forward into 1,000 dawns and 1,000 sunsets, each of which contain 1,000 more. You exist and you are aware just as you have always been and just as you will always be. Though conflict is in your nature, the two of you will never be alone and the two of you will never know fear. You and she are finally home. Slay the princess. There are no endings, only new beginning. Okay, I guess that was the game. What the heck did I just play? I mean, I enjoyed it. It was very enjoyable. But I am so confused. What was that ending? Like, wow. That was a trip. Thanks to our pattern alpha testers. Well, anyway, that was quite a game, and I'm Phoenix King Sokka, and I will see you all in whatever I play next. Have a fun and safe Halloween month, and have a good one.